right, remember the steps. The steps are all the same, pretty much, right? First thing we want to do is to make sure we determine the sign of our answer. Okay, is it going to be positive or negative? Let's look at this first one. 3/4 times -5/6. Is your answer going to be positive or negative? All right, I have one positive fraction, one negative fraction. I have a positive and negative. My answer is going to be negative. Okay, and all we need to do is ignore the signs and multiply as usual then. So I'm just going to ignore the signs when I multiply. 3 times 5, forget the sign. 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 6 is 24. Step 3, simplify. Can you divide a number into 15 and 24? Right? Play around with it. Can you use 2? Does 2 work? 2 does not work. What about 3? Can I divide both of these by 3? Absolutely, I can. Okay, they're both in the 3 times tables. So my answer is 15 divided by 3 is 5. 24 divided by 3 is 8. -5/8. Can we simplify that again? We cannot. So that is the answer, okay? -5/8. Let's try the next one. Is your answer going to be positive or negative? -4/7 times -14 over 15. What do you think? All right, if you said positive, you are correct. So my answer is going to be positive because two negatives, negative, negative, make a positive. Negative times negative equals positive. So let's multiply them. 4 times 14. 4 times 14 is 56. And then 7 times 15 is 105. Usually you got to double check. Can this be simplified? Step 3. Okay, 56. Let me try dividing numbers. 2 does not go into them. If I divide both of them by 3, doesn't work. 5 will not work. Let me try 7. I divide both of these by 7. Yes, that works. Sometimes it can be difficult to find that number. Okay, 56 divided by 7 is 8. And then 105 divided by 7 is 15. So that is simplified. There's no other number that can divide into 8 and 15. All right. So notice again, we're dealing with some big numbers. So if you remember in the intro video, we could cross simplify, cross cancel. You might hear these terms. So let me just show you that as well. Okay, so I just flipped the steps around. We're going to simplify in the beginning instead of the end. So what I'm going to do is I know my answers are going to be negative and this one, positive, this one. We already determined that. So notice I see cross simplify. So 3, 6, right? It has to be one on the top, one on the bottom. So 3, 6, that can be simplified to 1/2. I can divide 3 by 3, 6 by 3, and I get 1 over 2. So I'm going to get rid of the 3, get rid of the 6. I'm going to write a 1 where the 3 is and a 2 where the 6 is, because that simplifies to 1/2. Okay. Now I can multiply smaller numbers. 1 times 5 is 5. 4 times 2 is 8. And see, we're there already. We didn't have to do any more simplifying. And especially with this one at the bottom, there's some big numbers. So let's change that, okay? 4 over 14, I cannot cross simplify that. 7 and 14, I can do that. So let me do that. Let's do 14's on the top, 14 over 7, okay? I can divide both of them by 7 because I know my 7 times tables. 14 divided by 7 is 2. 7 divided by 7 is 1. So the 7 becomes a 1. The 14 becomes a 2. Now I can do 4 times 2 is 8 over 1 times 15 is 15, and I'm done. I found my simplified fraction already. So try that out if you like it.